Anyway, I'm just gonna hop right into it. We're just gonna hop right into it, and I hope everyone's having a great day. I am kind of, kind of dealing with my own things here. I live in LA, and everyone's getting ready to shut down again, and I think it's great because I was making a lot of money while the country was shut down. Yes, our governor sure took care of us for a period of time, and I was like, you know what, Gavin, I didn't know who you were before this, but I know you now. Okay, I know you now. I definitely thought our governor was still Jerry Brown. I'm about 10 years too late. So that shows you where I'm involved. I definitely just vote in the most general election. So yeah, but I was like, okay, we're definitely doing good there. And it was really great. I decided to not start a business and not do anything productive with the money. I kind of just used it on Postmates and, lived my life, redid my room. And I was like, look, oh my God, no more twin beds for me. Okay. A chick is winning, So I was really excited about that. If anyone's ever shopped at IKEA, I've never had the experience, okay? I've never knew what that life was about, and I did not know they don't help you to the car. Did not know you grab the stuff yourself. I did not know that you build it yourself. When I tell you that, it was really sad. I got a wardrobe. If you guys can see the wardrobe right here, I got a wardrobe, right? Because I have like a very makeshift closet. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the wardrobe. The wardrobe took maybe like, I don't know, maybe about like 2 hours because I had like 2 other people helping me. The bed took 5. I called my ex over, and when I tell you we were arguing so bad, like you could hear us outside, it was absolutely terrible. We were arguing so bad. Oh my God. I was just like, look, you don't know what you're doing, and I know the instructions, but I'm going to do all the drilling. And then my mom came home, and she was like, maybe you guys need to take a break and go get some food. And I was like, fuck the food, and fuck him. That's why we broke up in the first place. And yeah, so that was really interesting. It's crazy. The bedroom was sponsored by him, so I was just like, okay, and he just kept saying, happy birthday. And I was like, well, all those years that you made me gain weight and feel so insecure, you know what I mean? And give up comedy for 3 years. Yeah, thank you. I earned it. Didn't I? Okay, great. So, yeah, like, look, I was with my ex for 8.5 years, and like, it was a lot. Okay. He fattened me up so I wouldn't go anywhere. Okay. Like when we got together, I was a dime. Okay. I was a dime, and now I got swallowed by a quarter. It was sure something. I'm accepting it now. And I'm like, you know what? At least when I blew up pretty, you know what I mean? Because you could blow up and just be like, this is not for you. This is not for you. You don't need to scale it back down, honey, because not everybody can adjust to the size, it took a while. I don't know. The chafing took a minute to get used to. I really wasn't a fan of that. Also, the sweating. You know what? When you're a big girl, we sweat a lot, and like our body's got to adjust. You know what I mean? And they leave like yellow marks in the white t-shirts. I've officially stopped wearing white. White, but when I'm in my closet years ago. I don't believe in Labor Day because I don't ever wear white. It's black all day, every day, honey, because it's forgiving. So, you know what I mean? It was just a little something. And then like it got to a point where it was really bad because I'm an emotional eater. We'll get to that later. And I was at Six Flags, and I'm like, yo, I really got to read the weight limit because I'm reaching it. So I was like, I don't really know if I should get on X2. Should I? All right, these roller coasters. Anyway, but we got used to it, and then like I got comfortable and I embraced being a big girl. You know what I mean? It's just there's a whole movement now. I wish the movement was there 4 years ago when I was really going through it, and my life coach tricked me into saying that, you're an overeater, and I went to Overeaters Anonymous. And let me tell you about Overeaters Anonymous, guys. When you get there, everyone's skinny. And I was not prepared. I was just like, this is not the right meeting. I already told her this is not for me, but I was like, I don't think I'm in the right place. And they were like, no, this is Overeaters Anonymous. And I'm like, okay, the only big people are me and George. So I'm like, is ours even that tall? I don't know where it is. And so I'm sitting there and I'm just like completely, let me turn off this heater. I'm like completely annoyed, okay? I'm just like livid because she told me to go there. And I was just like, this bitch don't understand my life, whatever. Anyway, so I'm just sitting here and I'm like, oh my God. And then like a lot of people kept saying like they were like exercise bulimics. And I didn't know what that was, but those are people who just exercise all the time because they're like addicted to it. And so I was like, okay, I think I still have that wrong, but let's just roll with it. And then, you know, people people talking about like the things that they eat and everything like that. And I'm just like, when it got to me, I'm a comedian, so obviously I'm gonna start speaking. I was like, oh, free stage time. Okay, well, look, guys, I saw a Panda billboard, and I'm just really trying not to go to Panda Express today. On some real shit, definitely. Panda gets me every single time, guys. Those billboards, like, I don't think you understand. Like, they are made for me. They are made for consumers like me. I see them and I'm like, oh my God, the General Tso's chicken is back again. I have got to go. Do you know that chicken is so good and it always sells out? Oh my God. I'm like, oh, what? And then like, they just give me with the billboards. And then like, they're like, oh, coupons. And I'm like, oh, let me go to the Panda. Like, most people have coupons for Sizzler. I'm over here like with the Panda coupons, like, girl. You see this coupon? Okay, I went and found this. Okay, here we go. So, but then I'm sitting there and all these skinny people keep talking. Like, I'm swear to you, they're skinny. Like, there's no body fat on these people whatsoever. And then one girl starts talking, and I was like, oh my God, Sarah does not understand my problem. Shut up, bitch. And so then she was like, she was just like, oh my God. She was like, guys, today's a really hard day for me. You know what I mean? All I want to do is just lay in bed, eat cake, and drink soda and choke on it. And I was like, oh. You too? I was like, oh my God, do you know eating cake and choking on soda is like the most, oh my God, it's the most delicious thing you could ever do with your life. I'm telling you. Like, just lay in your bed, feel like you're about to die doing it, but like, it's just so delicious because cake is so thick, you know, you got to rinse it down. And so I feel like the acid from the soda just kind of dissipates it in your throat and like keeps you from choking. Am I the only one? That's not no problem. Whatever. Okay, so I just know that's how I feel about it. But then like they were talking, and so I went back to my life coach and I said, hey, there's no fat people in Overeaters Anonymous, so I don't think I went to the right place. Okay, maybe I should have just went with the love and sex addicts. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm not a sex addict. Okay, it's real. They just happen to share a group because it's not big enough. So the love and sex, I just choose the wrong guys. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of have daddy issues. Like, even though I still live with my father, he just never tells me I'm pretty. He just says you look nice. So I'm like, Dad, I need some adjectives, please. Can I get something like you're beautiful? Oh, like if I like on the days I'm really feeling myself, here's what my dad says. He's just like, oh, you're wearing that? And I'm like, shut up. You know, I just have to walk away. I'm just like, you were so rude. Anyway, so I told her, I was like, hey, there's no big people there. And she was like, yeah, because they all got skinny. And I was like, oh, should I go back? Okay, maybe I should go back. And then I said, I'm not committed. So that's the last meeting I went to. Anyway, so, but yes, guys, we have a great show lined up for you. And I'm super excited to keep it rolling. And thank you for listening to me. Also, I would like to say, if your city has not shut down yet, please do not panic like everybody did back in March. It just does not serve us any good, okay? You do not need to rush to the grocery store. When they say that they're closing stores, they do not mean Food for Less. They don't mean Ralph's. They don't mean Trader Joe's, okay? You don't need to have walls full of toilet paper that only no one's gonna use. You know what I mean? Like, you can still go to the grocery store. That's the thing that you do. That was my activity, going to the Walmart. It was like the mall. I was like, okay, I'm out and about. And then, you know, I find myself bowing to people versus like smiling because they can't see my face. So I'm just like, hello. It's like I'm back in Korea again, you know? But please, guys, please don't panic. Please get through this pandemic. Please wear your mask, okay? Or a face shield. You know what I mean? If you're someone who doesn't believe in it, okay, whoop-de-doo, whatever. But I would just like to get out of this. But then, you know, let's play devil's advocate. I'm starting a business, and it's called Fuck 'em Girl. It's a lingerie boutique, okay? And, while everybody is at home, you can just shop online, and that just gives you more time to do it. So, you know, I'm kind of like 50-50. You know, stay at home, but shop online, okay? And support small businesses. But please don't empty out the grocery stores. I'm tired of the lines. I really am. We don't need lines. We don't need arrows, guys. Like, it's just ridiculous because I'm cutting through the arrows anyway. Like, we're good, okay? Let's all live and stay safe. With that said, I'm gonna bring up our next comedian, and I'm gonna bring up someone, she got her start in comedy actually as a retiree, so kudos to her, okay? And I would like to say this, her husband would appreciate your sympathy because he did not see this coming, okay? So I want you guys to get your hands together for Kathy Brennan.
All right.
Hey, Kathy.
Thank you, thank you. Let's keep it going for Allie. What energy.
Woo!
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I never had that kind of energy even when I was Allie's age, and you are right. Well, hey, look, I put on clean clothes for tonight. That was quite an accomplishment. I'm so glad to be here or there or actually just here in Illinois. I'm getting out of the habit of getting dressed. I think everybody is. It took me a while to get my earrings in because holes were healing up. Who else has had to get their ears re-drilled or thinking about it because we're just not putting on any kind of jewelry. And in the morning, I get up and I get my favorite shirt. I smell it. It smells okay. So I put it on again. And for the who knows how long. You know, that turned out to be kind of a problem when I went to the dentist. And they put that light on me. And I saw this great big old huge food stain on my shirt. I was so embarrassed. I said, gosh, I hope you don't think I'm a slob. I thought my cat got that. Yeah, you know your cat's hungry when she's chewing on your shirt. Yeah, that really does happen. You know, I recently made a questionable decision. I have to tell you, I bought low salt Triscuit. Why did I do that? Why did I buy low salt Triscuit? Salt is the only thing Triscuit has going for it.
That's true.
It is. My friends say, oh, but you can put interesting toppings on it. And I'm like, how about salt? I mean, if life isn't boring enough, you don't need low salt Triscuit. Well, hey, here's something you can do that's fun. If you have access to the internet, which apparently you all do tonight, and there's a few guys here, a couple, and no, I'm not talking about porn. No. Here's another thing that's fun to do, is to type in the name of any famous person or celebrity that just comes to mind, plus the 2 words, toilet paper. You will be surprised at how many hits you get. And don't do it now. Pay attention to me. I even got hits on Mother Teresa. Somebody had a blog about Mother Teresa with the word toilet paper in it. Got hits on Queen Elizabeth. Takes her own toilet paper with her wherever she travels. And I got a hit on Mary Kennedy, believe it or not.
Oh.
However, I think there might be more than one Mary Kennedy in the world.
Yes.
I suspect that. Yeah, and you Canadians, do you know that you can actually get the face of your Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, professionally printed on an entire roll of toilet paper? Professionally printed, because who would want amateur printed face on a toilet, right? Yeah, no, you can, and it's apparently as an additional selling point, it's made in the USA. Through it's recycled paper, it's biodegradable, and septic tank approved. So there you go. Look for it and order it, because honestly, we need the money as long as that trade hasn't been shut down. I don't really know, perhaps. Hey, unfortunately though, you cannot get the Justin Bieber toilet paper anymore on Amazon. It was available in 2015. I guess it's sold out. But I went to eBay to look for it and see if somebody's selling it, used or whatever. But unfortunately not. However, you can get Justin Bieber 2-ply napkins, which you can use. Package of 16 for $3.89 plus $3.50 shipping. So you're in luck there. Another thing I learned by Googling toilet paper was that you can get some lyrics. There's actually toilet paper lyrics by Lil Wayne, the rapper. So now if y'all can give me a beat, because here I am, just an older white woman with this cat necklace. So here we go. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Lil Wayne. Dear Mr. Toilet, I am the shit. Got my haters pissed because my toilet paper thick. Okay. Adorable, right? Yeah. Lil Wayne, love it.
Nice.
Love it.
You rock.
You can also get advice about toilet paper because who is better prepared to teach us how to keep ourselves clean than famous people? Oprah. Oprah, of course, now joins in the discussion. She weighs in on the discussion. She probably wouldn't like me to use the term weighs in on the discussion about whether to hang it over or under. It's like boring. Don't need to know about that. Gwyneth Paltrow, she's selling sustainable toilet paper with a conscience. With a conscience? Because it's made out of bamboo, and apparently bamboo just doesn't care about being used. It doesn't feel traumatized about being used for that. And Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz. I don't know if you guys are all aware of Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz has some advice on what to use if you run out of toilet paper. Yeah, he's got a whole list of what to use if you run out of toilet paper. But I just felt like, I don't need to know because I've got low salt Triscuit. Thanks, everybody. You've been a great audience.
Woo!
Yes, give it up for Kathy Brennan. Oh my God. Yes, your husband needs no sympathy. He needs kudos for not messing with you and letting you do it, okay? That was a great set. Thank you so much, Kathy. Woo! Okay, we had some people turn on their cameras.
Woo!
Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Jessica. It means a lot. Trust me. You don't understand what it's like to just stare at comedians. We don't laugh. We just stare at you. And we just go, oh, you go, girl. You go, girl. Okay. Anyway. Anyway, guys, we're going to keep the show going. Also, I would like to bring up, look, I was one of those people who looked for like celebrity toilet paper too, but I'm into like Korean men. So I was looking for Kim Soo-hyun toilet paper. Oh my God, they had it. And like all I could get my hands on were the socks. I was very upset. I was just like, I don't understand. Because you don't use the toilet paper, you just kind of, you just keep it. You just keep it and look at it. And it's like your party favor at a party. And you're just like, hey, like it's your party trick. You're like, look, I got this toilet paper. Do you? No, you don't. Okay. I know no one cares about Korea, but I do. Thanks. Anyway, so it just depends. If you do find it, Kathy, though, let me know. Because then maybe we can get it manufactured, and then maybe they did other ones or something. Okay. So I'm going to keep the show going. And we are going to bring up our next comedian. Now, she has performed all over Ottawa, Toronto, and in Canada. I didn't know where Ottawa was. I was like, is that it? Okay. Anyway, so Ottawa, Toronto, Canada, guys. And she's the host of an online Zoom Facebook show called Shooting the Breeze. And she's also the host of a co-host of a show called Black Don't Crack. And that's true. And also Questionable Advice. So I want you guys to get your hands together for Miss Simone Holder. Please turn on your cameras.
Hi, everyone. I'm just going to call back to what Kathy said about holes filling up. I'm dealing with that too, but it's not my ears. Just buckle up. This is going to get dirty. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. So don't let this pretty resting nice face fool you and pleasant demeanor. I hate everyone and everything. I like my teeth the way I like my men, straight and white.
That's a good one.
And I'm like ridiculously photogenic, like to the point that if you only see my pictures and then you meet me in person, you'll be like, ew. And I look like a millennial, but I'm not. I'm Generation X. I'm 53. Black don't crack. And what that means is I'm not conventionally crazy anymore. Like this new crazy is a little more mature, a a little more subdued, kind of sexy, you know. I get great insurance rates. And, you know, if I'm upset with you or angry with you, I'm going to treat you the same way that I always do, which should leave you confused and terrified. So does anyone hear DTF?
Yeah.
You guys know what DTF means?
Yeah.
Dying to fart? Yeah.
Oh.
I can't wait to turn off my microphone. Oh my God. So when we were in full lockdown, how many of you felt judged because you weren't learning Mandarin or exercising 6-7 hours a day? Yeah, me too. Me too.
Maybe a little bit.
But yeah, the thing is, people got really judgmental, you know. But the thing is, like, I wanted to learn new things, but I wanted to learn stuff that would benefit me for when, you know, we were allowed to go out, get naked, and get our fuck on again. You know, so one of the things I tried to learn was how to squirt.
Oh.
Squirting is hard. Squirting is hard. You know, it requires a level of friction that I was not comfortable with, and focus and concentration that I just do not have. So I gave that up pretty quickly. But another thing I discovered, and I think I only discovered it because, you know, we weren't allowed to go outside. We spent a lot of time online and watching our friends like post Instagram stories and stuff like that. And I was surprised that I didn't notice this before, because I grew up in white spaces, so I'm aware of their ways, you know. But like, white people love the woods. They love just going into the woods, sleeping in the woods, walking in the woods. I don't get it. Words are dangerous. You know? If you find my fat black ass in the woods, know that I am lost and actively trying to die. Call for help. Call some help for me. I watch a lot of true crime documentaries. Like, I love Dateline. I love, you know, Snapped and shows like that. And I listen to a lot of crime podcasts. But the thing that I never understand is how these women can get men to kill for them. Like, how do they do it? I can barely get a guy to text me back. Yet these bitches have men killing for them all over the place. They need to teach me their ways. They need to teach me their ways. So I'm single. I know, surprise, surprise. And the thing is, I don't like being single, but I'm fine being single. I like being in a relationship, but I hate dating with every fiber of my being. I hate it, especially online dating. You know, like, the thing I hate about dating is that it never feels like I'm being courted. It always feels like I'm being lured, you know? And like, all of this cannot be contained or explained in a dating profile. Okay? Like, from a dating profile, you don't get my essence. You don't get my sex appeal. You can't feel my big round ass energy. You know? You don't get any of that in a dating profile. And the thing is, like, people are still encouraging me to go online, knowing how much I hate online dating. They're like, you never know, you never know. And it's like, okay, I'll give you that. You never know. You know, I could meet the love of my life or my killer on Tinder. You know, I guess that's part of the thrill of online dating. You know, but like, the last 9 months that we've been like in lockdown and physical distancing and everything, it's been really hard on me. Like, it's been really bleak and lonely that I don't even care if you're a killer at this point. You know, just put me out of my misery. Either kill me, get in here, or get the fuck out and stop wasting my time. You know? So I once ate a man's cooking for the sake of our relationship. By your chuckles, I can tell that you guys thought I was going to say his ass. His ass would have tasted better. Yeah. Actually, I had to eat his ass to get the taste out of my mouth. It's disgusting. So gross. So last year, actually about this time last year, I wanted to like spice up my love life. So I I joined a club and went to let's call it an alternative lifestyle party. Turns out it's not my thing. Definitely not my thing, but it was an interesting experience. So at this party, I was considered a unicorn. And in this context, the unicorn isn't the winged horse that farts rainbows and butterflies. A unicorn is a single unattached woman at the party. And they're very rare, and everybody wants a unicorn at their party. So at this particular event, I was the only unicorn. So I was ridiculously popular. Like it was strange. It was like unsettling how popular I was. Because I'm like, I'm cute, I get attention, but the level of attention I got was almost sinister. The only way I could describe it is like if you go to a dog park and when a new dog arrives at the park, all the dogs that are already there rush the new dog and like sniff it, maybe try to hump it, follow it around until another new dog comes to the dog park. So that was what my experience was like, except I was the new dog and no other new dogs arrived. So I got my butt sniffed aggressively all night. And it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But I drew the line at when they tried to put a leash on me. I was like, enough. So with COVID-19, normal doesn't exist anymore. The normal that we knew like pre-pandemic is over. So we have to have a new, like we're all working towards a new normal. And I've discovered already what my new normal is. Like I wasn't a big drinker before. I'm a big drinker now. There's a term called white girl wasted. And I would get white girl wasted once in a while. My friend Melissa, when we were kids, we used to get white girl wasted all the time. Well, she is a white girl, but I get white girl wasted with her. But now I'm like white girl wasted 24/7. And like being white girl, being a black girl, white girl wasted alone in your apartment is like sad. It's like really, really sad, because I'll be like up on a table, my coffee table, twerking or doing my Coyote Ugly dance to no one, stealing chicken wings off my own plate, picking fights with my cats, and then at the end of the night, I'm going to go puke in my own bathroom and I have to hold my own hair back because I'm alone. I'm going to die that way. And yeah, so that's my new normal so far. And because the thing is, realistically, like I went on vacation. I was one of the lucky few people who got to go on vacation. I went on vacation at the beginning of March. I went to Jamaica with my sister, brother-in-law, and some friends. And I started drinking on March 3rd, and I haven't stopped. I haven't stopped because we came back a week later. The world was on fire. People were fighting over toilet paper, and I just kept drinking. I was like, I'm going to try and numb this shit out because it's like unbelievable. But I'm going to end on this note. So I think we should rename Shark Week. Shark Week on the Discovery Channel. I think it plays like every August or so. I think we should rename that Karen Week. Because like sharks kill on average, I don't know, 7 people a year, where Karens strive to ruin lives, countless lives, every freaking day. And sharks attack when they're frightened or spooked, where Karens are deliberate, conniving and deliberate in their attacks. I think Karen Week would make for much more unpredictable and enjoyable viewing than Shark Week. We know what's going to happen on Shark Week. The seals, the other marine animals, they're all going to die. They know that. We know that. The shark comes in, they're going to eat them. But Karens, we don't know. Anything can happen with a Karen. Like a black family you know, she harasses a Black family that moves into, you know, parking their car on their own driveway, and she's going to have a problem with it. Really, Karen? You know, some innocent person of color is walking down the street and she's going to call the police. Yeah. What will Karen do? You know, will she mind her own fucking business? No, of course not. No, she won't. You know? And then when she wants to speak to the manager because somebody told her no, you know, we would get to see firsthand her head explode. You know? So I vote for Karen Week instead of Shark Week. So thank you so much, you guys. You were a lot of fun. That's my time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, we're time for Simone Holder, guys. That's hilarious. Look, I am
Thank
all
you.
in agreement with Karen Week because we have there's just too much footage. I mean, we just got it. We don't really even have to look hard for the material at all. It's there. Can I just tell you, I'm not a Karen. I'm a Becky. Okay, I do not play when it comes to parking over here. I will post it up your entire car. Kid you not, I'm a professional temp, so I still office supplies, obviously. And when I tell you I have nothing but time to sit there and post at your car for being a jackass and parking like an asshole, I mean it. Everybody knows me in my neighborhood that she's gonna do it. No, that chick, she's crazy. The one with the wigs? No, it's her. Wait, which one is it? No, the hair switches all the time. Just the dog, okay? When I tell you, and then let me tell you the best way to put Post-it notes on people's cars, okay? You got to do it every other way, right? Because you think about it, right? Someone put Post-its on my car, I'm just going to rip them off. It's not as easy to rip off. It's hard to get it off, so you have to go like this. Up, down, up, down. It takes minutes. I watch from my window people do this and just laugh my ass off. So, you know, because I have nothing but time to sit here and do it. And then my neighbor didn't realize that I was a Becky, and I tried to warn him. And I was like, yo, it's just just neighbors are rude. You really see in quarantine, how much of an asshole your neighbor is. You know what I mean? I got parents who have volume limits. So, I'm just we just quiet up in here, okay? You playing piano at 11:30 at night is a problem. But then me playing Fuck You, I Don't Fuck With You by Big Sean at midnight is a problem. I don't understand, you know? And I don't get it. For my birthday, my mother didn't really get me a gift. She got me a gift for herself. And I was like, what's the gift? And she was like, no, you're going to love it. And I was like, what is it? And she got me a huge speaker. When I tell you the speaker's so powerful that it blasts his complete surround sound, I'm like, oh yes, I just knock him out the water. You know what I mean? So if you're a Becky, I respect Becky's, okay? Because we need Becky. Don't need Karens. We need people to police your fucking parking, okay? Anyway, so we're gonna keep this show going. Thank you so much, Simone. Give it one more time.
Thank
Simone.
you.
Oh my God, I was like, please, can someone tell some dick jokes? Because I was holding mine back. So I'm here for it. Okay?
I was like,
I don't know, girl. I am here for it.
I did hold back. You
know what's crazy? People will say that you're more than just your dick jokes, and I'm like, I'm not, though.
Same.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna bring up our next comedian, and she is a fellow comedian from Los Angeles, like myself, and she's directed 7 fabulous shorts, as well. She's in her pre-production for her first feature film called Crush Cake, which she wrote and is directing, so kudos to her. Also, on December 5th, she will be recording her first comedy album, so let's give our hands and welcome, a big warm welcome for Orchid Cameron, guys.
Orchid.
Rally. So I actually, about the dick jokes, I'm always like, Mom, can you babysit the children so I could go live my dreams of telling dick jokes for a living? So my name is Orchid, but don't make assumptions about me that I teach yoga and drive a Prius and I'm vegetarian. I mean, those things are true. But don't think I just listen to Sanskrit mantra in my car all the time. I mean, it's true, but we're fucking, you know what I mean? Don't think you know me, right? So these are my ruby earrings. They balance my hormones. This is my amethyst necklace. This is a Christian cross ring. This is a Sikh prayer bracelet. This is a yoga intention bracelet. I give all this shit up if I could just have health insurance. You know what I mean? And fuck you Canadians, okay? Just be quiet. Rub it in my face, Canadians. So I used to teach, as a college student, I taught other college students. I was part of this organization that would help teach other college students how to use birth control. And there's this method that if you don't use condoms or the pill or an IUD, it's called the hope chance method. It's kind of like thoughts and prayers, but for birth control. That's basically my insurance plan is thoughts and prayers. I mean, I wish legislation supported American children not to be shot in mass, but thoughts and prayers, right? Thoughts and prayers. That's all of our insurance plan right now. So I go on a lot of first dates. Like I go on a lot of first because I'm cute, right? But like there's not a lot of second dates because I have what's called a resting bitch personality, syndrome, but it's like restless leg syndrome, but it's like every cell in my body just ate a lemon, right? Like, I'm not a lesbian, but I really look up to lesbians because like they get to be angry, right? But they're like angry lesbians. But I'm only bi, so I'm just like a little bit irritable at all times, So like being bi means I shave my legs, but like I do a bad job. The hardest part about being bi is that I'm also really turned on by myself. So like, I teach yoga, right? And then there's two angles of me for Zoom, right? There's one angle of like the side and one of the front, And I try not to date any of my students, right? But I failed a couple times, but I try not to date my students. And one time I'm like, oh, who's that girl? I'm like, oh, that's me at another angle. It's hard, to like be so attractive because I'm like turned on all the time and I have to take care of myself because no one else likes me besides myself. So my last boyfriend was a bunch of impulses. He was just a bunch of impulses duct taped together in the shape of a human. You know what I mean? Like he was just like, he was so impulsive. And it was like dating 10 people in one guy. Like he was my husband, he was my 9 boyfriends, he was my girlfriend, he was all of these things at once. But you know what he wasn't? He wasn't boring. Not boring. You know what else? I never wondered like, hey, I wonder if this guy likes me. Because he'd be like, oh, I'd cut off my right arm if I don't get to have sex with you right now. Like he was just like all the time. But the guy I'm dating now, he's like really respectful. He's like really kind and respectful, but I'm always confused. I'm like, this guy's not grabbing me by the hair and dragging me to his cave. Does he even like me? Like confused by the lack of brutality. Like, I'm used to like, woman, this woman, my woman, I mean, I get to do that. You watch, I'm so confused. So I live in Los Angeles, so a really popular dog for people to have are pit bulls. A lot of people have pit bulls, and I don't know if you know, pit bulls are really big, right? And then like people tie their pit bulls just outside of the grocery store, like Trader Joe's, and they're just like, they look at you like, hey, I like you. Want to be my new mom? You want to be my friend? Right? They might clamp down on your toddler at some point. Like, and then there's like the little dog people who keep their dogs in their purse, right? So you either have a pit bull that might eat your child, or like a little dog that's like, just like little dogs, they wear little sweaters and you coo over them like, oh my gosh, aren't you so cute? You're just little dog, yeah, and I feel like men are the same way. Men are either big dogs or little dogs. You know what I mean? Because you're just like, if it's a big dog, you're like, get off the couch! You're like, if it's a big dog, you're like, don't fuck the neighbor, okay? But, little dogs are just like, they're just so cute and they're just so clean. They like wipe off their little paws before they come in the house, But yeah, I don't know if they like me or not. They have their own, but the big dogs are like, yes, it's you, you're home, right? So I I was married to a little dog for 10 years. I had like the cutest little British husband. He's just like really cute. He's just really sweet through his circle. He's just like, that's quite enough sex, thank you. Just like, likes my fiddle. You know, it's just like everything is like was like yeah, I didn't have to worry about him like eating the toddler or something like that. Like he was just like, but like, you know, it's a little bit boring. So as soon as I'm out of 7, I'm going over time. Sorry. The first guy I dated the biggest dog at the Culver Palms Family YMCA, right? Because right? So there's 2 guys in my yoga class. One was divorced with 2 kids and one was married with 2 kids. I'm like, oh wow, divorced with 2 kids. That's my guy, right? And he'd bring his kids to my class one at a time, and I'd be like, wow, this is like he's a good dad. He's like a certifiable Cosby Show dad, this guy. But like it turned out he was a little bit more like the real Bill Cosby. But it was hot. He would like bike 30 miles a day, which was good for the fucking, right? That was some excellent fucking, the guy who could bike 30 miles a day. But now that we're broken up, like if I see, I was driving to the gym the other day and I saw a cyclist and I hit him just in case. I mean, I wasn't sure. My ex-boyfriend, but I have a little 5-year-old. She wears a mask, right? But she shoves it in her mouth, and she sucks on it. So it just turns into this wet piece of fabric over her face. And she sticks her fingers in her mouth, and then she touches stuff. And she puts her fingers in her mouth, and she's actually more dangerous with the mask. Like, stamps on everything. My sweet little Vector. I just love my Vector. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for having me. Give it up for your host, Allie. Woo!
Woo!
Thank you, Orchid. One more time for Orchid, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Love the flower in your hair. I am one of those. Yes, I got a wig with that too, girl. Love it. Okay, so we are going to keep it rocking and rolling because we are on to a smooth roll with this. This has been a fun comedy night. How are you guys feeling?
Woo! Great. Woo!
And to our silent fans in the back, Victor and Jenna and Vincent and Nick and Beth and Cicely and Colleen and Cindy. Hello. How are you guys? I hope you guys are still here with us because we're having a great time. So I'm going to bring up our headliner. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
Okay, so she has headlined all over the country and she's seen regularly at Flappers and the world famous Comedy Store in Hollywood. Okay, you've seen her on Showtime's hit show Shameless. That is one of my favorites, by the way. She played the new Fiona, and she also just appeared on Showtime's comedy special Funny Women of a Certain Age. So let's get our hands together for Miss Mary Kennedy.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hello. Oh my gosh.
Woo!
Let's put your hands together for Allie Noel. All right, let's put it together. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Take a Viactive. Come on, we're all menopausal. Take it. Let's hear for Kathy, Brennan, Simone Holder, Orchid, Cameron, and yes, I am Mary Kennedy. Thank you very, very much. I am wearing red, and I have my backdrop of red. Oh, Canada, save our lives. We're so sorry for the havoc we created in your little life of making maple syrup. I'm sorry. I am personally sorry. Me, a real life Kennedy. I'm third cousins to the Kennedy family, which means all of the tragedy, none of the money, and the Ted Kennedy chin right here. Look at it. Look at it. You're looking at royalty. Look, Ted Kennedy right here. I don't know if it's before Chappaquiddick or after. Here it is. Okay, anyway, moving on. You people on the East Coast of Toronto should know about the Kennedys. Thank you very much. Anyway, yes, I played new Fiona in Shameless season 7. I played an out-of-work prostitute who worked for food. It's true. I've made it. And I had a nude scene. Yes, I did. I hope you're not eating dinner. I hope you're not having supper, but I did have a nude scene. I did. And I am on skindaddy.com if you'd like to peruse that this evening. And I'm followed by prisoners and pyramid salesmen. Yes. So yes, I had a nude scene, and on skindaddy.com, my description is milky white Irish girl where her left breast is really bigger than her right. True. All true. Hollywood East Story. Thanks. Hi. Okay. I'm originally from Boston, everybody. Boston, Massachusetts. The accent, thank you. I heard a little jiggle over there. The accent was getting in the way of my sex life. There's nothing like having a night of heavy lovemaking when you turn to the guy next to you and you go, "That's a wicked big pissy you got down there, huh? Huh? Go Pats. Go Pats. Go Pats. Patriots." Okay. You know, the accent, it's disconcerting. When I was growing up, like here in Los Angeles, because I live in LA now, like all the newscasters are beautifully coiffed, their faces, you know, there's Botox. And Massachusetts, they're dark tan, and you know it's winter 6 months out of the year, and they all have their cigarette lines as they're telling you the news, and they all have the accents, and it's disconcerting when you're going and you're getting a mortgage for your house and you're at a bank and the guy's going, "Sign here and there and here and there. Go Bruins, they better win. They better win, God damn it. I just want the keys to my house. I just do." Or you have a colonoscopy at Mass General Hospital and they go, "Your pictures are looking freaking awesome. No cancer here. Move along, move along. Go ahead." Or my favorite when I got married and the priest was, "I now pronounce you husband and wife. Go Pats, go Bruins. I got to run. There's a Celtics game." And, you know, people say to me, they go, "Are you upset that Tom Brady left the Patriots to go to a different team?" The truth is he was dead to me when he wore a scrunchie. That's so 80s. All right. And then he married that woman. Okay. And my husband used to say, "Oh, Patriots, they're cheaters. They're cheaters. They're cheaters." Well, they moved to Tampa Bay, which my husband is a fan of. And I go, "Who we got now?" "You got a cheater." He goes, "No, I got a winner." And the truth is, as soon as his boyfriend Gronkowski came in, they've been winning every freaking game. He's dead to me, that Tom Brady. He's dead to me. Okay, moving on. I'm from Marblehead, Massachusetts. It's 4.5 square miles, surrounded by water and regrets. I shared, or these are all the hits. Just keep going. Somebody has a cat in their lap. God help us. She could be a lesbian. I don't know. All right. So I shared a room with my grandmother until I was 18 years old. It's true. I shared a room with my Irish Catholic grandmother until I was 18 years old. One side of the room was a shrine to Jesus. The other side of the room was a shrine to Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Grandma was hungry like a wolf. As a Catholic girl, we do everything but. When I was a Catholic girl, I did everything but the Catholic priests because I wasn't their type. But there was a lot of heavy petting, you guys. There was a lot of heavy petting as a teenager, a lot of rolling around. There wasn't a lot of sex. Sometimes he'd stick it in. It was very suspicious. And I would come home from a date of heavy petting, and my grandmother would be at the foot of the stairs clanging her rosary beads saying, "I hope you didn't pull in Mary Magdalene. She was a whore, Mary. Don't be a whore." I kind of was a whore, just a little bit. And my grandmother did not like talking about sex. She thought Three's Company was of the Antichrist. She'd come downstairs and she'd shut it off and she'd go, "That Jack Ritter is more like Jack the Ripper, and he's going to get all of those girls pregnant. And Mary, I want you to let you know you can get pregnant from a toilet seat." And when you know it, ladies, I did get pregnant from a toilet seat. My son is 21 next week. It's a miracle. It's a miracle, I tell you. I'm crazy. I'm sorry. So the Catholics don't talk about sex. We don't talk about it. It happens. Mary, for Christ's sake, it was a dream. So I'm going to go through the birds and the bees of the Bible, get a pen out. You know, it's the holiday season. I'm going to tell you what I learned from the Bible because my grandmother said, "Go get the Bible, read it cover to cover, and then I'll give you a quiz." And she did. So here it is. Here's our little interaction. So Grandma sat me down and she said, "Mary, you know the Garden of Eden. You know the Garden of Eden where there was Eve and there was Adam. Remember that? Well, remember the serpent was slithering around and Eve wasn't supposed to speak to the serpent because stranger danger. Well, she was very, very hungry and she wasn't supposed to eat that apple, right? And, because it's a sin. No, Mary, it's not a sin. The reason why she couldn't eat the apple, Mary, was because she was on the Weight Watchers. And she only had a point left, and the apple is 2 points. So she had to give it to Adam because she had to be skinny for the rest of her life so he'd bang her. That's what really happened, Mary, that she was being a good woman, all right? Then the Virgin Mary that you're named after was sleeping. She was sleeping in the bed, and she was dreaming of the Jason Momoa. She was dreaming of this little angel. This little angel came down and said, you know what, Mary, you're going to give birth to the Jesus. That's right. You're going to wake up pregnant. And wouldn't you know it, Mary, she woke up pregnant with Jesus, with the Son of God. But the real reason, you know what it was? It was a little bit of drama. It was actually the first episode of Lifetime. She woke up pregnant, and Lifetime has been going after Mary because she stole the idea, for Christ's sake. God damn it. She was a Hollywood producer way back then. Then remember, she's pregnant, Mary, and she's walking through the desert, the hot desert, with her gay boyfriend, Joseph, because no man would stay with a woman pregnant unless he was gay. He was playing with her hair as they were walking through the desert, and they finally get to the barn because there's no room at the inn, and she lays down and she's huffing and puffing, and these 3 gorgeous Middle Eastern men show up with gifts. They have paprika and incense, Mary, and they look suspiciously like earth, wind, and fire. Is the story, Mary. So that's what I learned. So I got pregnant from a toilet seat. I woke up pregnant, and I like paprika on everything. All right. So you're probably wondering why I'm a stand-up comic. I'm a stand-up comic because when my parents got divorced, my mother started a band. Started a band to support us kids. A wedding band, an 80s wedding band. It consisted of 40-year-old divorcees singing hot stuff and locomotion called the Mood Swings. Now that they're in their 60s, they're called the Hot Flashes. And when they're playing the nursing homes in their 80s, they'll be called the Dry Vaginas. I mean, this is what happens. I'm just saying. So your mom has a band growing up as a kid. I was her roadie at 16. When you go into your kitchen and instead of a toaster, there's a fog machine. We were poor. We showered at the Y because my father didn't have enough money to pay the water or the heat. So we showered at the Y, and my mother didn't have a car, so we walked. I thought I was preparing for a triathlon or a certificate to get a minnow certificate as a swimmer, but no, we were poor. So anyway, like I said, your mom has a band if there's a fog machine. Your mom has a band if she can't buy you a parka in the middle of the winter and she just wraps you in feather boas and sends you on the bus. It's okay. You might look like a parrot, but it's all right. And then my favorite was on Saturday morning when I would reach for an orange glass and all we had were shot glasses from Michael's house, the gig that she played every Friday night. That was my childhood. Another thing is my grandmother was a Depression baby and they never bought anything because you have to stockpile your money. So one year around the holidays, our oven broke and grandma bought a convection oven. Now a convection oven kind of looks like the largest microwave you've ever seen, and it's really, really loud, and it takes forever to cook things. So Thanksgiving took 4 days. It was kind of like sitting Shiva. Okay. I'm 150% Irish. I even checked it out. I went on 23andMe to make sure because I've been married almost 18 years and I was praying that I was 1% Jewish so I could have a bat mitzvah because we need towels. The truth is I am Irish. My mother went to the homeland. She visited Ireland and she called me. My Boston mother called me from the hotel room. And she said, and I said, Ma, did you get me a piece of the Blarney Stone? I need luck. So how about some Waterford? What about an Irish sweater? And she says, you're not going to freaking believe it, Mary. I was in the lobby and they sell Tampax and liquor in the vending machine. Mary, if you've got your period, this is the place to go. And so she sent me a box of Irish Tampax Erin Go bra. And so I wallpapered my living room. Anyway, so here's the thing about that whole Erin Go bra thing. What I don't understand, ladies, is I'm perimenopausal. You see those Tampax commercials, especially out in Los Angeles. They're shot on Venice Beach. The girls are all in white. They're millennials. They're having the best time of their life. They're eating chocolate. They're meeting these gorgeous guys, right? I'm perimenopausal. I leak when I'm talking. I've been relegated to poise pads, and the commercial we have is they're talking about poise pads and they're knitting in the dark. Okay. That's what menopause is. Okay. You're knitting in the dark, wetting yourself. My husband, like I told you, I've been married to him 18 years. He is a man who doesn't speak and doesn't look at me in the eye. It's like being married to Helen Keller. I just wish she would say, Annie Sullivan, go to the well. And then when he does speak, he's a man of little words. I ignore him. And he's like crazy. He's like on this shopping spree here during COVID. The man is an engineer for computers, sits on the couch all day, but he decides it's time to shop. The other day, this huge box came in and we opened it and he pulled it out. He goes, oh, it's my suit. I said, your suit? It's a white suit. He looks like Magnum PI. I said, why did you buy a white suit? He goes, I need things. I'm important. My husband lays on the couch in his white suit. He has nowhere to go. Nowhere. And he lays in the white suit. Okay. I don't know, and he's on that couch so much that I have to rotate him like chicken rotisserie so he doesn't get bed sores. In a white suit. And here's the thing, the division of work when you're married, it's not equal. I'm telling you right now, it is not equal. I have 2 kids. They're 12 and 14. I asked them for the help. I have to go food shopping. Now I go food shopping. I look like I'm going to get rescue ET. I'm in a hazmat suit. I'm hot flashing. I take my hazmat suit and go into the produce section when there's a thunder and lightning storm so I can rinse off before I have to buy the organic bananas. This is my life, people, in LA. So here's the thing. I come home. I say, can you please help me bring in the groceries to my husband? He says, I'm busy. I'm in the middle of something. So I look over the ledge and my husband's playing Legos. He's playing Legos. He goes, this is relaxing. The other day I said, could you go get the mail? Wait a second. I got to see the last episode of SpongeBob. And the other day I said, listen, I really, really need you to mow the lawn. He goes, can you hold on? I'm getting through another round of Candyland with our daughter. Okay. So I said to him, I go, you know what? Dinner's going to be ready in about 5 days because I'm making your favorite meal in the Easy Bake Oven. I'm not going to give you a blowjob because I'm brushing Barbie's hair. And I'm hiding in the closet sniffing Strawberry Shortcake's hair. So you won't see me for the next 5 days. All right. I'm on strike. So that's what happens. Sex with us when I was pregnant, we had sex all the time. When you're pregnant, when you're huge, you're not supposed to lay down because all the blood can rush to your head and you can have a stroke. And so I had to climb up my husband's body. But beforehand, because I have motion sickness, I had to take a Dramamine. I had to grab my hiking shears and I got on top of him and he said, get off, my legs. And I got off and he didn't. So there you go. It's true. And, my biggest fear, you guys, is that my daughter is going to get pregnant. My 14-year-old daughter, that is my biggest fear. So I enrolled her in gymnastics so she never gets her period.
Oh, no.
I think that's good enough parenting. I mean, I was brought up in Boston. Here in LA, we have parent groups, soy lovers, parents who are soy lovers, yoga mummies. In Boston, it's good enough parenting. Your kid's alive, good enough. Good enough. You fed them frozen tater tots, good enough. It's all right. Your daughter has a nose ring, it's fine. Good enough. So this pandemic's been really hard for me to lose weight. I'm going to be honest. It's been really, really hard. And I've always been a larger size girl. Like the normal size is 14, ladies and gentlemen. I am a little bit over than that. And I knew I was a compulsive overeater, guys, when I was the maid of honor at my best friend's wedding and I tackled her to the floor so I could be the first one to cut the cake. Because no bitch is going to eat frosting. Just telling you. And I did that because she made me wear the Zum Zum dress, you guys. If any of you have been in a wedding, the Zum Zum dress is a dress that's made of like an acrylic fiber. It's usually lime green. It's, a fire hazard. So if you're in a candlelight ceremony, you'll blow up, spontaneously combust. But my favorite thing about this dress was that when the whore, the bride, zipped it up the back, the fat from my back came over the top of the dress. So I looked like I was wearing a cape. Mm-hmm. A cape of bacon flapping in the wind. Thanks, lady. Love you. Mean it. And, I've been on Weight Watchers. I listen to the Opes. I love the Weight Watchers. I do have some chronic pain, so my doctor said medicinal marijuana would be great. But I said to him, you know what? I have a problem because I'm on the Weight Watchers and they don't have a point system for those very delicious THC brownies. So I just can't. Don't you think Oprah should have a Weight Watchers medicinal marijuana point system? Come on.
Absolutely.
Get on it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So out here, Disneyland has been closed forever. People are very upset about it. Before this all stopped, I took my kids to the Galaxy's Edge. It should be called the Edge of Financial Ruin. I was waiting in line with my kids, and my daughter turned to me and she goes, Mom, I can't wait till we go to the Millennial Falcon. I said, honey, it's not the Millennial Falcon. It's the Millennium Falcon. If it was the Millennial Falcon, it wouldn't be working. Great one. That's really good. So the roast is done. So my son's going through puberty. And here's the thing. I love my mother-in-law. I love her. I love her. I love her. But sometimes, you know, every year she buys Christmas pajamas. She buys the kids Christmas underwear. When your son is going through puberty, do not, and I don't know how to write like a Christmas letter to my mother-in-law to say this, don't get him underwear that does not have a window. Don't get him underwear. She got him boxer shorts where there's no window. And my son, we hope, is going to be 6'3", and he has a fighting chance to be endowed. I know I shouldn't be thinking about this, but I'm his mother, and I want the best for him. So with my mother-in-law, make sure there's a window. Because my son said to me the other day, he goes, Mom, my penis feels claustrophobic. Now, I'm the one that had to deal with it because my husband's afraid if he looks at his son's penis in the eye that he'll turn gay. The truth is that my husband is safe because I turned 4 men gay. For a gay man, I am the last stop on the straight train. So the fact that he's straight is a good thing. You know, sex with a gay man is very loud. I want to let everybody know that. There's lots of screaming. The gay man's going, that's not a penis. And then I tell him, look closer. So anyway, my son, we got him through that. He's going through puberty. He comes down to the dining room table the other day and he says, Mom, I've been reading on it. You know, my son is very smart. He's autistic. And, you know, a lot of people, when I say that on a set, especially when we're in person, after a set, people come up to me and go, oh, you vaccinated your son. That's why he's autistic. You know, you left him out in the light too long. That's why he's autistic. You let him watch Rick and Morty. That's why no. The reason why my son is autistic is that he has 3 sets of cousins in our Irish family who married each other. That's why he's autistic. Okay, so he's going through puberty. He says to me, Mommy, I hear that, you know, I'm going to get hair in places I didn't even know I had hair. I hear my voice is going to change. And then the big thing that I hear is that my penis will be enormous. And I said, you know what, kid, that's true. And you get that from me. My labia is the size of a smart car. All right, good night, everybody. As you sleep, you can think of my beautiful large labia on the 405. All right, bye, everybody. Thank you, Mary Kennedy. It's been a pleasure.
Kennedy, guys. Oh my God, that was hilarious. I did not think it was going there at all. Oh my God. Hilarious. Too funny. Okay. Yes, guys, it has been a phenomenal show. It has been a great Saturday evening with all of you here. Thank you so much for joining us. We are powered by Comedy Nuggets, also known as Luke Lindale. Thank you so much, Luke, for putting us all up on your show. We loved it. We've had a great time. Thank you to everyone who kept their cameras on and who laughed and rocked with us. Thank you so much. So thank you to Kathy, to Simone, to Orchid, to Mary, and I'm your host, Allie. Follow us all on social media. We've tagged it all up in there. Trust me, Mary tagged herself. She was like, I'm requesting to tag your picture, bitch. So people know where they can find me. So you can find us everywhere, okay? And please check out all of our own projects, and we hope to see you at the next show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey, good night.
Bye.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was almost something about that place. Thinking you're a must that I let go in so much space. believe.